So I don't know if I'm just getting more impatient as I get older, or Atlanta traffic is getting worse and worse and worse all the time. I can't think of the last time I actually drove through downtown, that connector downtown, where I wasn't stuck in traffic, even in odd hours, right? So yesterday I found myself in traffic in a place I didn't think I would be, which made me want to ask you guys the question that are listening right now. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an Atlanta thing, but I would want to know, like, if we opened up the Bert Show's Guinness Book of Records of who's got the longest commute to and from work every single day. And let's do this in two ways, in miles and also in minutes, in the car every morning and every afternoon. I have always said this about doing this Bert Show here, is that the biggest perk that we have is not having to deal with traffic, mostly in the morning and the afternoon. You know who has mucked this all up for me? My son, who is now playing in his senior season of soccer, and I'm determined to catch like as many games as I can. This is it. And he doesn't want to play in college. So I'm like, wherever you're going, bro, I'm going.
Yeah, these kids really have a knack for screwing stuff up because I signed Jimmy up for small ball. And my son's already doing this, and he's not even 4 yet because he has practices Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Oh, my God.
And now, for those of you that don't live in Atlanta, that's hell hour.
Yeah.
And I lived in Washington, D.C. when hell hour was 5 hours. It like generally started at 2 in the afternoon and goes to 7 o'clock. It's really, really bad. But Atlanta, I feel like, and I've been here 25 years now, I feel like it's getting worse and worse. And I don't know if it's I'm getting more impatient.
I feel like with New York, it's kind of similar to D.C. because everybody always says New York is worse. But growing up in New York, you had a point of time when you knew you were safe. Right. And there is no time when you're safe, I feel like, here in Atlanta.
Here's Jennifer. Jennifer, the book of records is open up for commute time. What do you got?
So if I leave at 6 a.m., my commute is 1 hour. If I leave at 7:30, it is between 2 to 3 hours.
Whoa, and where are you going? Where are you going from and to?
Douglasville to Midtown.
Oh, wow, that's nasty. Okay, so yesterday, here's the thing. It used to be that when you moved outside of a big city, you did it because you wanted to avoid traffic and it was cheaper out there also, right?
You get more bang for your buck with your house, man.
Man, which might be true outside the perimeter, but as far as traffic goes, one of the perks for me would be living out there where you wouldn't have to deal with traffic. Those days clearly are over. So I picked up Amanda in Roswell yesterday, and my son's game was in North Cumming, which was almost Dawsonville. When I put it into Waze, it was 23 miles. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get up there. It was like
bumper to bumper.
The bumper to bumper, man. It started in Roswell through Alpharetta. And then I'm like, well, at least we're through Alpharetta. It's like nobody lives in Dawsonville. There's a lot of people that live up in Dawsonville and Cumming because it was back to back to back to back. And I just kept thinking, I have so underestimated you guys that are listening live to the Bert Show. I want to apologize because it is hell out there.
Yeah, I live in Smyrna, and I know if I'm going anywhere, starting at, I would say 2 p.m., it's going to take me an hour. Like if I have to get over to Emory and Decatur, your house, like it doesn't matter. I'm going to bank an hour because there's going to be some jam somewhere. On my way to work in the mornings, I'm in traffic. And I'm like, what do you guys do for a living? I mean,
right.
Me being up this early, but I'm like, go to bed.
Look, in Atlanta, if you can, it's really smart to get a house right down the street from where you live because these commute times can be like that. And mine is 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And I realized yesterday that I am living such a charmed life for those that have to do this every single day here. Like, Kelton, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. What's your commute, man?
Yeah, I live in Ellijay, Georgia, and I drive all the way to Fayetteville, Georgia every morning. About 96 miles, an hour and 50 minutes in the morning. In the evenings, it's probably 2 hours or 3 hours to get home.
Oh, my God.
Kelton, I'm curious, why not live closer to work?
Well, because I'm in construction, you just never know where work might be.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a great call right there. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. That does make me feel a little bit better.
I could not imagine. Like, if I am going to be in the car for 2.5, 3 hours, I better be going to some vacation destination. Not Fayetteville.
3 hour commute. I get home. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
It is over.
I should have asked Kelton at some point, you got to do the budget on it too. Because if you're making that commute, gas prices as they're going up and you have to do that not knowing where your site is going to be every single day, you got to do the math on it and go, I'm not making any money at all here.
Let me put this in perspective for you too, how really insane it is. So in the UK, people are like, oh, I'm moving away from my parents. We're not going to see them but a couple times a year. Because the parents they move 3 hours. That's it. So a 3-hour drive in the UK is like insane.
Right.
They can't wrap their heads around it. And here people are just doing that daily for commute.
In the same city.
Hey, Dakota, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show. Dakota?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, how long is that commute?
Yeah, so I drive 47 miles one way, so 94 miles a day.
94.
I live in Villa Rica and drive to Dunwoody.
Okay, Kristen asked a good question. Why?
It's cheaper out here. What I pay for a 3-bedroom out here, I could probably not even get for a 1-bedroom down in Dunwoody. And I have kids, and it's just cheaper up here.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, and if you got kids, that's a couple hours in the car by yourself.
You want to move further away. It's too close.
That's the me time, baby.
Man, it was brutal yesterday, and all I kept thinking is what a charmed life we live in that we don't have to deal with that every single day. So for those of you that listen to us in the morning or the station later on, stuck in all of that traffic, thank you. Thank you. I hope we're doing our jobs for you.
The Bert Show.